Here we go. 24 battles we have to do. Looking for chains and looking for good building blocks to get chains and the such going. Looks like he's giving me the pattern that gives you almost nothing. So this is going to be hard to finish quickly. It's a simple match 3 game. Though it gets more complex the later you get into the game. Enemies on hard have a lot more HP and other stuff like that. Yeah, that was a really slow start. After every battle you have boosters that you get to boost your level in the lower down here. If you want to get a good time, you want to get all of them, all of the levels you can get. That's a Super Striker. It clears the entire field and does damage based on how many of the hero strikers you have available at the time. That time I had all 3 of the other colors, or I had all of the other colors available, so it did it with it did the combo with everyone, which made the combo, which you can see as the number 0.0x as high, very high. Because the more colors you have in the combo, the more damage you do. These are these hexes, or not hexes. These enemy strikers, the skull and crossbones, are armored, so they take 2 hits to defeat. But if you just do that, you can get rid of both. If you do that, you can get rid of both of them. You hit it twice pretty much, and you get rid of it instantly. Also, you only get the animation of the heroes striking a pose when you deal when you have a high enough combo. So it has to be I believe the multiplier has to be like 4 times or higher. Again, I'm getting another pattern of these that are not that good. So it is higher. It's like 4.1 times or higher is when you get that animation. It's not because I just got a 4 times and it didn't happen. If you don't have a Super Striker, it only happens when you have all 4 of the heroes in the combo. If you notice me failing to grab something, that's because this is a port of a mobile game, so it has trouble grabbing things. Also, one hero attack can destroy multiple enemy attacks. Like, this destroys all of that. Ah, that was my bad. Anytime you see that icon appear, it means that the enemy is poisoned. It's one of the upgradable abilities you can get in the shop using the XP you earn. It's just one of those perks, so nothing to worry about. Just deals extra poison damage every couple ticks. And in hard mode, you want to be able to deal as much damage as you can, as quickly as you can, because if you don't, eventually they're just going to send a kill screen at you and kill you. Because they'll just send so many enemy attacks, you won't have enough stuff to be able to deal enough damage to be able to do anything about it. It also, this game also has problems with when you have stuff lined up, it doesn't like to actually click the button sometimes. So here we have multiple new things. We have hexes, we have armored hexes, we have things that cannot be moved, which are the squares. Yeah, hard just throws a lot more at you a lot quicker than any of the other difficulties. Yeah, like the this is a hex, and you have to hit it 3 times. Normally, these don't appear until much later on, like stage 15 or 16 in the late, like in other difficulties. The gray chargers, which are the circles, are crap. Okay. Gonna take some damage there, it's fine. I think that was poison. Yeah, it was poison. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the time to heal that off. And heal up everyone else. That's the heal ability. That's pretty much all you need to know about it. It can heal the adverse effects of all of the hexes though. So that's mainly what it's is used for, is to get rid of all of the hexes. Haven't missed a level up yet. And I'm still not going to miss a level up. Perfect. So the main character you want to focus on is the fighter. This guy up here. Yeah, you want to focus on him. Make sure you get all of his levels, because he's the one that deals the most damage. In 2 battles, we're going to have the first boss, which is the first gatekeeper of the run. It's the first enemy that can actually kill me. Any of the enemies up until now are not really able to kill me. This guy may seem scary, but he's not. Unless I screw up horribly. Because he has such low HP that it's not really that big of a deal if you mess up there. His HP is so low. That would be a fight that you'd want to get, even though he sends a lot of enemy attacks. Usually the case is if they send a lot of enemy attacks, they have very low HP. The exception to that are the bosses, and yeah, just the bosses. Hey Skip, thanks. You're just in time for the first boss. soon. Which is the first gatekeeper of this run. Also, anything that isn't square can be moved. So, as you might have noticed, I've been moving stuff. I've been moving the hexes and other enemy attacks. You usually want to move them further up the fate stream so that you have more time to deal. Just so you delay them. That's the main thing. Is you want on this difficulty you want to try and delay if you don't have the enemy attacks ready or your own attacks ready to deal with all of the enemy attacks that you're getting. We're good. That's that one just. So next is the first boss. Depending upon which one it is, it could be very scary or very easy. We'll see which one it is shortly. Game? Okay, let's see. Ah, fuck, it's the hard one. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. That's really good. That boss can be really scary if you let him get going. I didn't let him get going because I got really good combo luck. But that boss can be very scary. That dinosaur can be very scary if you don't get everything perfect and you don't do a lot of chains really fast. Which is what I ended up doing. That's really good. So basically, the enemy chargers act like your chargers, in that the more of them you have on your line of on that line of the fate stream, the more damage your hero attacks do. It's the same thing for those for the enemy attacks as well. If there's a lot of those on the field, also the square enemy attacks, skull and crossbones, cannot be moved. So, in that sense, you want to get rid of them first, because since they can't be moved, they can't be delayed. And since they can't be delayed, that means they're exponentially more dangerous than anything else. So you just want to get rid of them as quickly as possible. And so far, this run's been very smooth. Has a chance to world record, although that world record it has an asterisk next to it because I'm the only runner of this game. Ha ha ha! Yeah, I'm the only runner of this game. So any world records, any PBs are an automatic world record. Also, they decided to screw my fighter out of a lot of levels, so my fighter is 3 levels behind now, which is not good. The colored enemy attacks should be fairly obvious as to what as to how they work. You have to hit them with that color, pretty much. That's the only thing that you really need to know about them. Also, if you see the screen freeze, that's because I hit one of my attacks hits the same color. So green hit green there, that's why it stopped there. And the screen freezing mechanic is actually very important and hard because it helps you mitigate the fast speed of the face stream. Also, any lag you're seeing, in-game lag that is actual lag that is appearing in my game as well. It has nothing to do with actual network lag or any other of that kind of lag. It's caused by the game itself, and there's nothing I can do to fix it. Yep. So since my fighter got screwed just because Hard decided to not give him as many levels as the other characters, that means that I'm going to be doing less damage. Okay, so there you see whenever an enemy attack hits you, it gets rid of everything on that row, including hero strikers, so you want to avoid getting hit as much as possible. You also want to avoid getting your healer, which is a blue character, hit as much as possible as well, because she's the only character that can heal and also resurrect your heroes in battle. A lot of enemies have this kind of pattern where they throw a lot of stuff at you that you can use. Make good use of these patterns because they don't show up very often, and when they do, they're usually very, very good for you. I'm going to get hit there. That's fine. The fighter takes the least amount of damage as well. So it's fine if the fighter gets hit once or twice, as long as there aren't very many gray circles there. If there's a lot of gray circles, he'll still probably die because of the amount of damage that is dealt. Also, if he has the Armor Pierce Hex on, that would also deal a lot of damage, and that's the Armor Pierce Hex there. Basically, it negates all the defense the hero has. So it's a very dangerous hex. If you get hit with it. But if you get hit with it, you can just heal it off. So it's not that big of a deal. Okay, got every level there. Ooh, this is a really messy opening here. Oh, and this guy has... this is a really bad opening. You're also starting to see enemy attacks in hero chargers. That's going to be a thing from now on that you need to pay attention to. To get rid of them, you just make a hero striker with them. That's the way to get rid of them. And I would Sometimes that game does that. I don't know why it does that, but it's really annoying. Got a Super Striker there. Super Striker, combine 3 of the same color Hero Striker and you get it. It clears the entire field and puts anyone, any other Hero Strikers, adds any other Hero Strikers on the field into the attack. So obviously the more colors of Hero Striker you have, the more on the field when you detonate the Super Striker, the more heroes are going to be in the attack and the more damage you're going to do. This fight I'm going to be quiet. Okay, the reason why I had to be quiet in that fight is because that's the fastest outside Fate stream you're going to see outside of the final boss. So I had to really focus on that fight. Also, that fight is very deadly if you fall too far behind Fate stream, which almost happened in that fight. So that almost could have been a death there. Very soon we're going to have the second boss, which is also a killer. A run killer. And all the bosses in this run are run killers, by the way. Including the final boss. The final boss being the biggest run killer of the entire game. I've died to him more times than any other enemy in this game on hard. This enemy also has some scary enemy attacks. She has the freeze hex, which renders one of your heroes completely unusable for like 5 or 6 seconds, which is a long time in this game. Fate stream speed-wise, she's actually fairly fast as well. So that's also another factor as to why it's a hard fight. And she also has these enemy attacks in there as well. I'm gonna get frozen. Nothing I could have done to prevent that. See what I mean? But you can see how long of a time it lasts. It lasts a really long time, which is why you want to avoid it as much as possible, because it is a very dangerous hex. It can kill you easily. Thankfully, this fight has not much HP. Like right there, she just died from poison. 9 damage she died from. And I still have not missed a single level. Hero is, fighter is still 3 levels behind. He should be the highest. He's not, though, which is concerning. There are also patterns like this that are actually very deadly as well. I actually didn't... Okay, so I'm gonna get hit twice there. I actually didn't know that it destroyed, like, you saw that I had a hero hex, or a hero charger, above it, and it actually did it, it actually destroyed it. I actually didn't know that either. Yeah, this pattern is really bad. Because of all the gray hexes, you can just, all the gray squares, you can just think of gray squares as blocks, like a blockade to prevent your hexes, your own attacks from getting through. That's pretty much what they are and what they do. Let me get that there so I can get this up there and get rid of those. There's also another hex right there. This one here, that's also very dangerous. It's the fast forward hex. As the name implies, it fast forwards the fate stream, which is very deadly. And can also kill you very, very quickly. And I'm pretty sure I already mentioned colored hexes have to be destroyed by that color. Enemy attack, or not enemy attack, hero attack. So this, I'm gonna have to move that out of there, that out of there, and come on, that there, so I can just get rid of that, 2 birds with 1 stone there. Eventually, though, I'm gonna have to stop talking because this difficulty just gets so intense and later levels of this difficulty that I actually have to be quiet and focused, because it's literally that hard. This is like the very hard of this game, with the hard version actually being the normal. This also is a really bad fight to get because it takes a lot of time. That's every level I could have gone from there. So now we're on to the next boss. And this one also can be troublesome, but the fate stream is very slow in this fight. So that Super Striker, I only had one other color Hero Striker with me, so only 2 of the heroes participated in it. This boss is not scary in the slightest. Because he gives you plenty of opportunity. That's fine. He gives you plenty of opportunity to attack. So I'm not worried about dying in this fight at all. In fact, I'd be shocked if I did die in this fight. So there are some bosses that you can get really, really lucky on and get really good patterns like this and be able to kill them really easily. There we go, got all 4 in there. And you can see how much damage that deals. Deals a crap ton of damage. And he's this boss is already almost dead. And he's dead. Those were the 2 best bosses I've ever had in this difficulty to date. I've never had 2 of the good bosses in a single run before. Fighter's still lagging behind quite a bit, and it's probably going to continue lagging behind for the rest of the run. Okay, this fight I'm not going to talk. Okay, that is why I had to not talk, because that fight can go south very fast. Whenever character dies, you lose all of their skills, and whenever you use a higher tier skill, like I did in that fight, you lose the lower tier abilities. You can't really see where I'm pointing, but I'm pointing to the fireball and the down arrow. But that last fight is extremely deadly because of fast combination of lots of enemy attacks and fast movement speed. This one is also fairly deadly because of this, for the same reasons. Although I do believe that this fight has fairly low HP. Yeah, that's fairly low HP. It's already in low HP. Yeah, it's already dead. Also, sorry for the cough. I was confused because normally I have my microphone on all the time, but I closed it for that fight. And since I closed it, I forgot that I closed it, and then I opened it, which unmuted it, and I coughed. So that's what happened there. As you also might have noticed, at the end of every fight, dead heroes get revived. That's not good. Again, we have free sexes we have to deal with. And colored enemy attacks. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that either. Saw that just in time. Okay, that fight's done. Alright, few fights left, 5 fights left. As you can see, this game does get much, much harder. You'll see how much harder it gets when we reach the final boss. It gets much more difficult than the final boss, which I should start talking about soon since I'm not going to be talking during that. No more levels there. There's another dangerous hex. There's two dangerous hexes here, actually. There's the freeze and the bomb hex. Bomb hex, when it gets all the way to the end of the field, it creates where it the line that it hits. It creates enemy attacks and chargers on that entire line. So basically, it prevents you from doing anything on that entire line, and the next attack is pretty much guaranteed to kill whoever's line it is. So it's one you want to get rid of very quickly. And in all of these, a lot of these are starting to be double or triple. You need 2 or 3 hits to kill them. Bombs, the bomb hexes, you need 3. The other ones you need 2. He's almost dead. But this has been a slow fight overall. Still not dead. There we go. Okay, might as well start talking about the final boss now. Final boss, you're going to notice that he is going to be able to control how fast and slow the Fate Stream moves. He can change that, so he can make it move really fast or extremely slow and then stop it entirely. He also has a new hex called the Nether Hex, Nether Breath Hex. That Nether Breath Hex is extremely devastating. It can inflict up to 3 random hexes on every single, all of your heroes. And it's something you need to get rid of. It is, and it's another thing to mention is that it's always going to take 3 hits to destroy. Other than that, I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the music for the last few fights. And here comes the final boss. Enjoy the music. This is going to be a new world record by a couple minutes at least. 50:51. That is almost 3 minutes faster than my current world record. That's the new world record. That literally could not have gone any better.